Hey guys, what's up? This is the Demon Corpse, and today we'll be talking about Final Fantasy VII: The Crisis Core. I did talk about it in my last video that I made about, sadly, the Pixel Remaster is not coming to Xbox, sadly, but hey, you never know, it may come anyway at some point. But whenever that video comes out, it may come out first, or this one comes out first. This one comes out first, or maybe that one. It differs because how BitChute works, and YouTube is a little easier. It just YouTube and my Odyssey and creating YouTube a little bit easier to handle, but BitChute acts odd with the processor sometimes, so you never know. But back to Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. This is by the looks of it, a remake remaster. What does that mean? Remake remaster. It's the same game you played back on the PSP, but massively upscaled and massively improved, and probably on another new engine, and probably has some new stuff. That's a remake remaster. I made it up because some games are remasters, some games are remakes. I did make a video a while back on remakes, remasters, and remake remasters. And I kind of go somewhat in depth, but I may make another video on it to like show you like remake, remaster, and remake remasters because a lot of people get confused. Shockingly, I know, a lot of people get confused. But is it worth the $50? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth the $50 in my opinion, just because it's a PSP game. Like you get the game for like $40 on the PSP. Like I got mine for 15 because I was lucky. I was lucky to find it at a thrift store, and the guy had the greatest hits edition. He was selling it for 20, and he also had Manhunt and House of the Dead 2 and 3, including Dead Space Extractions. I was like, hey, can you bring that game down to like $40? Because Manhunt was 50. He's like, yeah, I can do that. I can bring it down to 40. And the other ones you bought down, they were $20. I was kind of like, I wasn't gonna try to bring those two Wii games down. And I asked, hey, can you bring the Crisis Core to like $15? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And I got the cash and I got those games. I was like, woohoo! And it was my first PSP game. And back then, I did not have a PSP. And I was just thinking, I was like, wait, why did I buy this game? Like, because it was around Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I was kind of like, well, this game's never coming to Xbox, and this is before we got the reunion, and I was like, you know what, I'll just get the game now, and I opened it, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I didn't know what it was, because I never had a PSP. I've seen them, but I never knew, like, what a UMD was, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, oh, it's a disc. It looks like a GameCube disc, but even smaller in this weird wrapping. Okay. And I was like, I don't know how to play this, but I gotta find a PSP. And I was online. I'm like, dang, these things are expensive. And I was looking to find one at another thrift store, and he had a bunch of imports, and I got them all. A lot of imports that they're all in Japanese. So sadly, I don't know Japanese, but I may actually show them to you. Probably you guys would know what they are more than I do, because for me, I'm like an oddball with imports. Because if it's an import that I don't know about, I may buy it anyway just to play it. As long as it's region free. If it's not region free, I'm okay anyway. But hey, yeah. But yeah, like the game. I think it's out now. Well, it's about to release tomorrow, I believe. Digitally, I believe. Dang it, digitally, I believe. I think so. Cause I don't know how, like, cause I've been seeing it now getting released physically, and people are already playing the game. So it's one of those weird occasions where it's like breaking the due date, but it's not really affecting anything because the game's already was already released years ago back on the PSP. So, and I heard the PSP had its issues, so let's hope they fixed it on this version. But I did hear the game got censored, so I think I heard they censored poor Tifa, the umpires. I feel sad. They censored the umpires. I just don't get people. I just don't. Like, there's some people out there that don't believe that umpires can be that big. Well, they haven't been to an airport because I used to work at the airport. And every time people came off, the women had big umpires, let's just say. There were some that were very big and they weren't fake. They were real. Like, you kind of know what's fake and not real because of where the little dots are on the umpires, if you get what I mean by the dots. So, Yeah, like it's easy to know, but yeah, that some women can have big umpies naturally, and it's like, wow, that's crazy. And they do exist, but they're very small, a very small majority. So they do get oppressed. So there is some form of oppression. Big umpires do get oppressed, sadly. Where are their reparations? I question that even more. I I probably deserve some reparations as well. I'm probably have something I don't even know about. And if I did find out, I'll be laughing my ass off. Well, mine, but that's a whole other conversation for later. But that's the only censorship that I know of, so I'm gonna buy the game for dirt cheap if I can. I only see the game for like $10 or 20 in my opinion. That's how much I would see it. I actually just see the game as a $40 game. I don't see it as 50. Like I think some people would buy it for just $40 because I don't see the value. Like it's Final Fantasy, and this is like we're finally getting a Final Fantasy game on the Xbox, and that is an achievement. Let's be honest here. Let's collab. Woohoo! That is an achievement to see a Final Fantasy VII game released, a new one. Well, not a new one, but a remake remaster of from the PSP get released on all platforms, even the Switch. Thank goodness Nintendo gets something, and that's good too. Like, and I guess Sony didn't really care about trying to make that game exclusive. Like, you could have. Well, I think it's also good because Final Fantasy VII, the remake, well, Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core is before Final Fantasy VII Remake, so it's kind of a good game to get people who have not played, who want to play Final Fantasy VII could play before Final Fantasy VII Remake. They could play that version, so there are benefits. As well, I don't know how big the spoilers are, so I don't know truly because I've never played Final Fantasy VII, so I may wait a while anyway, just because, like, for me, whenever I do a Final Fantasy, like, because at some point I will be doing a complete walkthrough of all the games, like not every port, like, because I do own many ports of Final Fantasy One. I own one for the PSP, the PS1, and actually, that's all. I don't own the Game Boy Advance version. I have seen it's probably still there. It's been there for like a year now, and it's still in that dumpster because no one wants it. It's like $20. It's just for the cartridge, but I don't know if I would buy that version anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the cartridge. If it works though, that's the thing. And but yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe. And hey, it's your money. If you want to buy the game, get the game. But just remember that they are censoring umpies. Unacceptable in my opinion, but some people think otherwise. But if you want to support me, go to my Odyssey channel. So yeah, that's about all. See you, scavengers.